Hey, family, welcome to the Jamal Bryant Podcast. Let's be clear. Today's conversation is going to be one for the books. I've been waiting so long to get this amazing woman in the chair. She's my friend, and you're going to find out why. Dr. Joy.
This doctor.
Yes.
Hey, y'all.
You're not Dr. Joy?
I received it.
Yes. So I want to say something. I've never given this story anywhere. People who know me know that I am an avid reader. Mondays, I go book shop at Barnes & Noble. Every Monday, I am there looking for books. You know I'm going to tell it.
Lord
You know I'm going to tell it. I met Joy in Barnes & Noble bookstore maybe about 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And Joy had chocolate chip cookies. I love chocolate chip cookies. I'm trying to get some of Dr. Joy's chocolate chip cookies she has in a bag that she said that she made. She said she made them. So she says, "Oh, you sure you want these?" "Yes, I want them." Says, "Oh, these are good. You're going to rest after this. You work so hard." I said, "I do work hard. How did you know?" She said, "Oh, yeah." She said, "Don't worry about any side effects." I said, "From chocolate chip cookies?" So halfway through the conversation, Joy has an epiphany. I have an epiphany. We're talking about two different kinds of cookies. Yeah. She almost got rev high on a Ziploc bag.
Jesus Christ.
Of edible chocolate chip cookies. So I want to first say thank you for not giving them to me.
You're welcome.
Because this interview would have gone a completely different way had I taken them home.
No.
Warmed them up in the microwave.
No.
And slept for 2 days. Because I would have ate the whole bag having absolutely no clue.
No.
What is your rendering of the story? Do you remember this?
Mom and Dad.
Do you remember the incident?
Yes, I remember the incident.
Okay. How did we figure out that we were talking about two different things?
Because of my directions to you were do not drive. Do not take these in the car.
Yes.
Do not, or we're going to be on the news.
Yes.
It's going to be my fault.
Yes. So thank you.
You're welcome. I
So,
saved his life, y'all.
You saved my life. And I need you to say on record,
Mm-hmm.
after you told me, did I take the cookies?
No.
Okay. That's what I needed. Otherwise, you would have been my pusher.
Oh, my God.
So I got into a bunch of controversy, Joy,
You did.
about 2 years ago. Because New Birth sits on acreage.
Right.
And we sitting on debt. So I said, listen, the cannabis industry is coming to America. It's about to be legalized. 65% of black men who are in jail are there for non-violent offenses. Overwhelming majority is possession. And I proffered it just as a conversation. You happen to love God. I've seen you in church. I've heard you quote 2 scriptures. Should the church have a conversation about cannabis?
I believe so, yes.
Yes. What should it be? What should we be saying to the saints?
The cannabis plant produces 2 different types of chemicals. Probably more now because I haven't really done my research like that because, I just give them the devil. No, yes. I do not. I do not do that, y'all.
Do you see yourself as a dealer?
I don't see myself as a dealer. I see myself as a practitioner.
Yes.
Of CBD.
You don't see yourself as a dealer because you
no,
have a
I'm not a dealer.
But what's
and I would
difference?
never. The difference is the
because
intention.
Yours is around cookies.
It's the intention.
If it was in a plastic bag, would you be a dealer?
No, I would not, because you can have a store today. You can have a store.
Yeah, you don't
it's
have
legal.
We was in Barnes.
The law of the land. You can.
It's not legal in
Y'all,
Barnes.
he's talking about the past.
Yes.
We're progressing and in the
All
future.
Right. We're here now. What should the conversation the church have about cannabis?
I think the medicinal factors and the benefits of the plant should definitely be talked about and introduced. I know most of us have enjoyed the plant.
Who's most of us?
People on the earth.
Yes.
Have enjoyed the plant. And the psychoactive thing that THC does, we don't have to do that in church. It's up to you, however you want to do that. But there are oils and things that stop pain, increase sleep, increase appetites for those who don't have an appetite, cancer patients, different things, even people who have Parkinson's, the shakes stop. It just gives people a peace of mind. And I think we should dive deeper into the medicinal side of it, not the lit, using it recreationally just because. It's actually medicine.
Yes. Every time I see you, you're always on an even keel, always very calm.
I'm very calm, yes.
Yes. Always seemingly at peace. What do you attribute that to?
My self-care practices. My self-care practices. And I will be honest, I am a herbalist at heart. So let's be clear.
Yes.
There are other herbs outside of marijuana that allow you to be calm. If you love that, and then too, you don't have to smoke just marijuana. You know what I'm saying? To feel calm, there's chamomile, lavender, Egyptian lotus. If you mix all three of those, you'll have the same effect of calmness, which, you know, all those are legal.
And they're in teas.
They're in teas. You can actually cut open your tea bag and roll that up if you want to, but that's just up to you. Or you can drink it and still get the same calming effect. So I have tea every morning. I have a lot of tea.
Yes.
And I take tinctures as well that are calming. Actually, I'm
take what?
Tinctures.
Tell me what that is.
So tinctures are when the herbs are like infused with glycerin, alcohol, yes, but it is over time it gets diluted in the herbs, and you just drop them under your tongue, almost like you would do a CBD oil.
Yes. So they say that marijuana, CBD, cannabis is not addictive. Is that correct?
I don't think it's addictive. It's not my belief that it is.
But you take it a lot.
Cannabis?
Yes.
I don't take it a lot.
Tell me, what is your herb of choice?
My herb of choice to drink? Is that what you're referring to?
This a hot tea?
A hot tea.
What are you saying? What's the word under your tongue?
Tincture.
Tincture,
yes. So the herbs in my tinctures is called Cloud9 by a lady named Key, who has a dope herbal line. I wish I knew the name, girl, I would say it. But that one is to calm you. So it's Domenia, which is a nice one.
Yeah.
Maca, which gives you a bit of energy, but it still, you know, keeps you grounded.
Yeah.
I take dandelion root every day. I take red raspberry leaf every day. What else am I? I take so many teas, and then too, it depends on what I'm trying to do that day too.
Yes.
If I need energy, I'm dropping some CBD oil in there. If I'm in pain, I'm dropping CBD oil in my teas. Yeah.
Yeah, so tell me how that for you as a spiritual being, how does that complement or conflict with your spiritual life?
My tea?
Whatever herbs. I don't know how you taking it under your tongue, your tea.
You're so funny.
You in a cookie. I don't know how you doing it.
I don't eat cannabis cookies.
Yes.
Okay, so all my stuff, every herb that I take benefits me spiritually because it aligns, right? So let's just use dandelion root. I take that every day because it cleanses your kidneys, liver, and everything else. If you have kidney stones, I dare you drink it every day, 3 times a day. They will drop out, you know? So the longer I live, the longer I could be the spiritual being. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And herbs clean your body. They clean them of parasites. You will see them fall in the toilet if you take the right stuff. So it's a part of my spiritual practice.
Yes.
Me taking care of my body. And me having energy, me knowing the things to take. If you haven't, a lot of us aren't even using a restroom every day. And people are like, no, I haven't used a bathroom. And y'all know I'm talking about number 2. And they haven't done that in weeks. And I'm like, that's not normal. You're supposed to go twice a day, at least 2 or 3 times a day, you know? So there's a sanity that'll allow you to move in 2 hours, you know? So there are different things that the herb will do. I don't take prescription meds.
Yes.
I'm not ever going to take them because they literally, to me, it doesn't heal. It kind of suppresses.
Yes. I have no idea what direction this show has gone into.
I see, because we were not supposed to talk about that, guys.
Cannabis, no.
We were not.
I was talking about Barnes and Noble, and I done lost half my audience. Y'all come back. Let me ask you. I've watched you online, and you're very inspiring.
Thank you.
And I love your energy. I love the peace that you exude. One of the most difficult things that anybody can do is finding a way to be positive when they're faced with so much negative energy. You have, Joy, the second most popular spiritual adjective name for Black people. First is hope. All of us had a hope in the 4th grade. All of us had a joy in our class by 7th grade. And it's interesting that we use these two names for the people who are the most stressed, the most depressed, and the most anxious. How, during stressful times, do you live up to your name?
I call it out, and I remember who I am in those moments. And it's not by happenstance that my name is Joy. I think it's who I am, and above all things, I always go there to that frequency, because that's what's real anyway.
Yeah.
That is so good. In the most stressful times, yes, I just look where the light is, and I go there. And
what was the season of your life it was hardest for you to be Joy?
I would say becoming a mom, a single mom, had to be the hard. That's when I, because my parents are pastors, so I got pregnant. And of course, I went into hiding. A lot of people, this is probably the first time people ever heard that I have a son.
My first time. My first time.
Yeah, because I kept it, because PKs can't have kids, it was shunned upon. And
where you from?
I'm from here, born and raised, Decatur. What's that?
Oh, wow. You would have never guessed. You're so global. You got this whole...
Thank you, Pastor.
Erica Badu intergalactic. Oh, wow. I didn't know if you were from Uranus, but you...
It's funny. So, yes, I think that was stressful because the church didn't accept it, so my pregnancy was hidden when, looking back, I wish I would have embraced it a bit more and wasn't so hard on myself. But through that pain came purpose, and I'm here today because I fought through all the things. And I'm still, learning how to be a good mom, to this day.
With all of that you had to suppress and hide and navigate, how did you find the strength or the faith to still keep going to church? I keep saying it over and over again. I didn't even know you were a PK when I invited you. That is so hard for adult PKs to go to church.
I stopped going. So it wasn't that I continued. I stopped going while I was pregnant because I just didn't feel like anybody wanted to see me that way. Yeah. So I stayed away. And when I had him, I remember going back when he was about 6-7 weeks, real tiny, and it still was, well, you can't sing, but you can come,
Wow.
You can't do this, but you can come, And so eventually once, he got a little older, then they'll start, okay, well, you can sing now. You can come back. Good job, whatever.
Your sentence is over.
Yeah. So it was hard to do that for a while because you're still under this condemnation cloud type deal. And so after a while, I started back leading worship again, and then it still wasn't connecting. Yes.
This is like our first meeting. I don't even know who you are. I had no idea you sang.
I lead worship.
Tell me how that navigated with your parents and your pregnancy. The reason I ask is my sister and I were raised by very spiritual people, very integral people. And Joy, my parents never had a birds and bees conversation with me. They didn't even know I was having sex till Topaz got here.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, so we had to have a real come to Jesus meeting. How did you navigate that with your parents?
We didn't have the birds and the bees talk either. My parents are old school, very strict, and they still don't play games at this age. I ain't gonna say my age, but at this age, I still I'll play with my parents now.
Right.
So it was hard to navigate that because when I told them, my mom is always very, what, Joy, no. It's real shocking. And so my dad is always the understanding. I love you. We're gonna do whatever we need to do. Like, he was very much he's the reason why my son is here. Wow. If he wouldn't have had that conversation with me over the phone that day, he probably wouldn't have been here, honestly, because I wasn't ready. I was very scared.
But is he also the same one that put you off the choir?
No, I was working at another church.
Oh, you weren't at his church?
I stopped going to my parents' church like around right out of high school. Yeah.
Wow.
Because I had been going forever, and then church anniversaries on my birthday. So after high school, I was like, I'm in college. I'm about to celebrate my birthday for the first time. Right. Right. Because growing up as a pastor's kid, you're always in church. That is your whole life. Yes. And there is no balance. It's just Jesus, 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 Jesus. And not that that's bad either. It's just at that age, you get curious. You want to know what else is out there. And then when you have friends who are out there.
Oh, yeah. You get a passport.
You be like, y'all doing what? And y'all ain't dead?
Listen, I remember the first time I ever cussed. I stopped because I thought lightning was getting ready to hit me.
Those type of conditions.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
Let me say something else.
Let me say something else.
I thought it was going to strike me down right there. I say to a lot of people, those of us who were raised in church, learned church, but didn't know God. What was your God moment for you to say, wow, this thing is real?
I would say I stopped going to church for about 3 years. And in those 3 years of not actually going and worshiping and sitting amongst people, listening to pastors, honestly, I was like, I just want to know who God is outside of somebody telling me who he is.
Yes.
And so I went on my own spiritual journey, researching a lot of things. And one of the things that stuck with me was that it was his grace, the fact that he created me in his image, in his likeness. And it's kind of like, I can't be separate from that no matter what I do.
That's right.
And in church, it's a lot of, you can't. And instead of the grace of God and the love of God, because he's a loving father. And I don't think that's preached enough, because we do have rules. The rules are real strict, even just with money. You can't love money, and I love money.
Yes. And
money loves me. So it's kind of like I had to unlearn a few things so my life could be better. And coming out of the slavery mindset, the sheep.
Yeah.
I just feel like we're victorious. And once I learned that, my life became better. And then I was able to see myself in a light like, oh, okay, I'm forgiven.
How do you find that space? You are clearly an independent thinker. You think outside of the box.
Okay.
And church is so uniform. You got to dress this way, talk this way, act this way. And you don't follow the rules.
I follow the rules.
What rules?
God's rules.
You wearing sunglasses inside.
This is not, first of all, these are prescription.
No, they look great.
Thank you. These are prescription. I can't see.
Me neither.
So, but I just chose some tint because I saw Marvin Gaye. Anyway, I liked them and I was like, oh, I want those. But I feel like I follow the rules. I just follow the goodness part. Yes. I'm not in trouble. Yes. God's not mad at me for the things that I've done. And so I just live in that vein with.
I got
We gotta edit this.
no.
Not say that.
No, I got it.
Oh my God.
He's not
So-
mad at us.
He's not.
Yes.
I feel that's just how I feel.
Yes.
That forgiveness is for all of us, and the love of God is unconditional. And I feel like humans deal with conditions, and so I just don't live in those.
Yeah, it's a whole lot of people who share our testimony in terms of PK's finding your life journey, but a whole lot more who on the other side of it don't come to church. This is the largest demographic of young Black people who don't come to church, don't subscribe to any organized faith. What do you think the church is doing wrong that will help us capture those who are falling in between the net?
Deal with mental health a little more. See the person, because we've been preaching the Bible a long, long, long time. And I'm not saying I love all the stories in the Bible. I love what they stand for and how they help us navigate life today, right? And I feel like if we dealt with, say, Moses had a stutter and he was just like, why me? Why me? There's a ton of people who God has called to do things and they're saying, I can't do that because I had a baby. And I feel like if we dealt with the mind of Christians more and put that in the forefront, a lot of people would stay. But if we're always condemning, I don't think that there's room for this newer generation who actually have a lot of information
Yes.
at their fingertips, things that keep their attention a little more. But I think if we dug into the hearts of people outside, just using the word to grab them in a different way.
Yeah, and I think that we are no longer dealing with transformation because that's a process. We just want an encounter or want a moment or a praise break, but not really walking through in discipleship. I just read, Joy, yesterday that Kanye West has launched Yeezy Porn after having given a full testimony that he had an addiction to porn. He left that addiction to porn, did a whole gospel album. Now, on the other side of it is doing a whole porn site to which he acknowledged was the area of his brokenness. While he's doing the gospel album, all of the preachers are around him. Everybody is taunting him, but nobody safeguarded that place. How do we really instill the full process of healing is beyond just that moment?
Making it a priority, I guess. Like even if it was just small groups, making sure that y'all have a place for them to go. If you're dealing with depression, this one is for you. If you're dealing with pornography, this class is for you.
Yeah.
Making things available for people who are actually dealing with situations. Even I thought it was dope. I don't know the name of this organization, but it was 24-hour prayer, right? And if it's 2:00 in the morning and you need to call, it's available, you know?
Wow.
It's just not. Church has become to me, gotta watch my mouth. Church has become to me a business, right? Where we come to church, it's a time limit. They're gonna sing. We know what's gonna happen.
Yes.
But there's never this moment where I know if I came in sad that they're gonna speak directly to that. It's just gonna say, God can heal your sadness. God can heal your broken heart. How?
Yeah.
How?
Give us the prescription.
And then when I leave, can I have practical things to do every day to make sure that my happiness is intact? My joy is there. If I'm laying in the bed, do I have a meditation or a prayer treatment that speaks directly to that thing?
Yes.
I just think it's important for the church to just be a little bit more open. But everything these days is witchcraft. And so it's hard to introduce new ways to the church, like just the conscious human parts of us.
No, that's very critical. You've talked about your physical health in terms of what it is that you take, the areas for your body that you have to target, what is necessary to have that level of regimen. What is necessary with specificity in terms of the balance of our spiritual beings?
Eating well.
You think eating is spiritual?
Yes.
Eating is spiritual.
Food, yes.
No, not doing health with your spirit.
Yes.
What you eat impacts that.
Yes.
Man, I am scared of the
Yes.
atheists I got in this studio.
What?
Oh, listen.
You think the disciples was walking around eating whatever they wanted?
No,
Okay, you
but
think
you saying
Jesus
what
was-
I eat is reflective
Yes.
of my discipline.
Yes, for sure.
You got to unpack that.
So if you're eating, like say for instance, I'm a blood type.
Yes.
Okay. If you know your blood type, eat for it. Because it's almost like God gave us these bodies.
Yeah.
If we say I'm a vessel used for, he uses me in all these ways. You can't live a blessed life if you're putting toxins in your body.
My Lord.
Like how's that even? I'm saying, if I know for a fact I can't have corn, but I'm sitting here eating corn every day.
Yeah.
Like that's outside of.
And corn is also Doritos.
You can't have tortillas. You can't. Oh my God. All I'm saying is if you know you can't have red meat, stop eating it. You'll live longer. Your organs will work better.
Mm-hmm.
All of that. So.
Yeah, I've just.
But food is a spiritual practice. Why you pray over it before you put it in your mouth?
Yes, but I never looked at it as me getting waffles fries from Chick-fil-A is an endangerment to me.
Yeah, I can't have potatoes. So if I get sick, then what happens to your spirit?
Wow.
I'm saying.
You don't eat any potatoes.
Now I will eat some potatoes. I'm not supposed to have them.
Okay.
So I recommend to my clients 90 days, eat for your blood type 100%. And then you'll see that the channel becomes clear. You're lighter. You wake up on time. Your attention keen, and you can exercise.
Yeah.
You start slimming down, because we weren't. Yeah, it's all about knowing whose vessel you are.
Yeah. Now you said your clients.
Yes, I'm a life coach.
You're a life coach.
Well, I call it soul coach now. I
Okay.
changed it, yeah.
Tell me the difference between the two.
Because life coach, everybody does it. You can call a life coach and they'll say, do this, do this, do this. But a soul coach, I kind of like to go in the inward parts of a person, like the real stuff.
Yeah. So then with the soul, I want you to soul coach me.
We're not doing it.
No, I'm saying when you're dealing with a soul coach, you're dealing with their diet.
Mm-hmm.
You're dealing with what other areas?
Their mind.
Their mind.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I was calling you Dr. Joy. And
I know, but I receive it. I'm not a doctor yet, but.
You're a good nurse.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. So that process of your client of detoxifying their soul, am I saying that correct?
Sure.
Of detoxifying their soul, how long is that process? If I sign up today, I will be healthy in 90 days.
90 days, you can reset your system for sure if you eat for your blood type and start drinking a little more water and not tap water, because that's full of toxins as
You
well.
talking about that alkaline?
Alkaline, yeah.
Okay.
And then too, your vitamin lady in Atlanta, I say her name everywhere I go. Your vitamin lady in Atlanta off of Auburn Avenue will get you together. It's a blood type restaurant. Now she has one.
Wow.
Whereas your blood type, you go in and you only eat that stuff.
Yeah.
Can't have a ribeye steak or some Wagyu, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gotta eat right. But I would say 90 days to reset your system. I don't know I don't give people a time limit on when they'll be all the way together, because I feel like it's a journey, not really a destination.
Yeah, I have a dear friend who says...
Y'all are hilarious. I wish I knew these inside jokes.
No inside joke. It's no inside joke. I have a dear inside friend who said they don't eat chicken anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Because all the stuff that's in it.
Mm-hmm.
Chicken.
I love chicken too, and I think I'm gonna have to give it up as well. I'm trying to live to like 111.
Yeah. So but they're not eating chicken. They say they only drink water, but they're not losing it.
They're not what?
They're not losing any weight.
Mm-hmm. Y'all are.
What is the disconnect?
That would have to do with, honestly, if they're eating right and not losing weight, then there's a bigger problem at hand.
Yeah, I think.
And I'm not trying to. So sugars, if you cannot lose the weight, sugars get hard in the body and they do like this.
Right.
So.
No. That's my number one thing is sugar.
Yes.
If I could cut sugar out, I'd be an Olympiad.
Mm-hmm.
But I gotta have something sweet at the end of the day. Hence, the chocolate chip cookies you was getting ready to sell me.
Y'all, that was the past.
Yeah.
I don't know why he was not supposed to bring that story up.
No, I was just giving them some context of how far we go back.
I got you.
We've all come into the marvelous light. So if we cut out chicken, cut out sugar.
I would say some people can. So chicken, right?
Yeah.
The only chicken that I will eat is if a farmer that I personally trust raised this chicken.
Come on, Joy.
I'm serious. And hear me out.
Person don't know a farmer.
That's what I'm saying. But if you don't know a farmer, that means like the Bible says, study to show thyself.
Yeah.
There are tons of farmers in Atlanta who need your support.
Yeah, but these people are global.
Well, you can,
yeah.
right. And guess what? There are farms all over the world.
Yes.
And the food and chemicals that are legal here in America aren't over there in those other countries either. So
do you subscribe to the notion that the only healthy life is vegetarian?
No.
So you can eat meat and be healthy?
Yes.
Okay, walk me through.
O blood types can have all of it. Their bodies clean out the toxins.
Yeah.
A blood type
that must be meat.
It might be how you work out every day.
Oh, come on, look at me.
Do you?
Yes.
So
about 4 days a week.
Okay. So O blood types can digest that. Me being an A, I'm supposed to be a vegetarian. So when I eat meat, I get really heavy and I can't, I don't move. I don't. The energy level is low.
If we got to raise you up, I got a ginger.
What?
I'm saying you said your energy is low.
No, I said if I eat meat.
Oh.
Like if I have me a steak or a good.
So what is, in a healthy, well-balanced, alkaline life, what is a cheat day?
Oh.
What's a guilty pleasure? You got to have something.
I'm about to tell you. I'll probably do like a salmon Alfredo.
There's a cheat day?
Yes.
No.
Because I'm not supposed to, because I'm not, no, that's my,
nothing.
Well, I'm not a sweets girl either because, so your vitamin lady gave me this spray to stop the sweet cravings. And after I took that for about a year, I can't have cookies and things like that all the time. I don't crave them. I'll say that. I used to, but.
Ice cream.
I don't do ice cream. I only do the oat milk ice cream.
That's not even real ice cream.
It is. You make oat milk and it's cream. And you just freeze it.
My grandmother, when we were growing up, had us eating oatmeal every day. And then I just see something on YouTube that's saying oatmeal not even healthy.
Depends on where the oats come from. But that's no. Well, Quaker, I don't know where Quaker make their oats.
Oh, yeah.
So that's another thing, like just knowing where your stuff comes from. But shopping with these farmers in Atlanta, you know that they're growing it. You can see it. Your garlic is real. Your apples are real. A lot of the stuff in the store isn't. That's why now they have an organic section and the rest of the sections.
Wow.
And if you're not shopping in the organic section, then if I get my pepper from over here instead of from over here, of course, this pepper is $4 and this one's 99 cents. But do you want to live or not? I
want to live, but I got to ask you on the gentrification of groceries. And what I mean by that is, why is it so expensive to eat right if it is the most natural?
Because we're not supporting our farmers. So the price is high. If we start, and this
There's no Whole Foods in the hood.
There is none. But you're gonna give me trouble with these
No,
people.
you fine.
We just like the easy way. We don't really, there's really no conviction when it comes to our food. Our kids are out of school. We need to make some chicken. Even I saw that went viral, great value chicken flat wings was $5.99 or something at Walmart. Stop buying that great value chicken. It's fake. And it says 12% chicken on the bag. Like,
wow.
How you eat 12% chicken and y'all are excited about this? And then we wonder why our kids are overweight. Like, they're not well. It's killing our community if we not eating right. And that is a spiritual thing. our food.
Yeah, Michelle Obama, when she was our first lady, had a war on childhood obesity.
Mm-hmm.
Nancy Reagan gave war to drugs. But food is a drug because there are more food addicts than there are addicts of anything else. How do we break that addiction, particularly for our children who are doing less outdoor activity, exerting less energy, or staying in the house more, many of them staying in their room? How do we break that spirit of addiction? Here's the drum roll. When their parents don't exercise or their parents are not functioning in the enlightenment that you have.
We'll talk about the church. I think if we maybe had a blood type day, we preaching about blood types today. How many people can walk? How many people wake up with pain every day? How many people's child is saying, I'm sick every 2 weeks?
Some of them just don't want to go to school. They not sick.
Well, sometimes they are sick though. And I just think if there was more awareness, because people think honestly eating for your blood type and doing the things that I do is witchcraft. Like, oh, you drink those herbs. Oh, you're a root doctor and you do this. No, I'm trying to live. I'm not doing a spell. No. I'm putting dandelion, domenia, and maca in my tea so I can have energy. I can feel great. I can move great, and I can wake up. Like, I wake up at 4:30. So my day starts early.
What time do you go to bed?
About 8:30, 9 o'clock.
Oh, that's why.
I mean, but...
Yeah, the average person can't go to bed at 8:30.
Okay,
The good shows ain't even going until 10.
The good shows. And that's another thing.
Yeah.
Falling asleep. Listen, fall asleep to some meditation music. Turn your worship. Praise the Lord.
Yes.
If you need that.
8:30 to 4:30. You get up at 4:30. What you doing?
Working, studying.
Wow.
But I always have my tea first though, because the tea go brighten you up.
Yeah. At 4:30.
And calendula. That's another one I take every day. That'll clear your skin, ladies. I mean, y'all doing all these regimens. Just get you some calendula tea. It's a yellow leaf. And that's another thing too. When you're drinking these teas, take them out the tea bag. Get you the loose leaf. Because the tea bag has toxins in it too, and that's gonna.
Black people are just drinking Lipton.
And then a blood type can't have black tea.
Really?
And my mama made the best. Now my Decatur finna come out.
Yeah.
She made the best sweet tea.
What blood type can drink sweet tea?
All of them. I'm joking. Sweet tea, so
sweet tea,
good.
black tea.
Yes.
It is. I didn't know that.
Yeah, but you can do, okay, so even with the tea that I'm talking about, you can do a cold tea, but use agave or honey,
Okay.
And it's still, I don't do honey in my teas because it still kind of gives the the sweetness, and that attracts parasites as well.
I got to ask you this question because you're a nutritionist and a soul surgeon.
Lord Jesus. Yes.
Am I saying? Yes.
You? Go, yes.
Yes. So it's not discussed in church or altar call. There's a whole lot of people who are now taking these weight loss shots. Zenfada, what is it called? Ozempic.
I have no idea, because you know me, I'm trying to gain the weight.
But you know what it is. You got clients.
I've heard of it.
But what is the side effect for your body if you are doing weight loss shots? Is there any side effect?
I believe, I don't know the side effects for that weight loss shot. All I know is when you're taking medicines that were created in a lab, you always have the risk of it not being for your body. We are energetic beings made from earth. Like, it just needs to be natural. And if you put any chemical in your body, just expect the chemical to do what it does, which is, you put a chemical on this table, what's going to happen? You think
it's going to sit there?
No. It may burn it. It may stain it. It may, but we put in a lot of things in our bodies that aren't for the human body. It just suppresses what's happening instead of healing it. When you can take 90 days or a year to just reset your whole system. And it does take longer. And a lot of people like the satisfaction. I mean, Percocet, you're in pain, you're going to stop being in pain in 5 minutes. But if you change your whole diet, start exercising, really stop using Ambien to go to sleep, but let your body catch back up to, oh, dang, okay, the sun's going down. I need to go down.
Yeah.
not staying up to 3. That's how insomnia, like it's a whole lot of things. But if we get back on that nature's clock, moon, sun,
Yeah.
your body, you just feel better.
Well, we are about 2 hours away from your bedtime, so I don't want to hold you. But I got to ask you, part of your success in being a holistic doctor or holistic practitioner, holistic practitioner, that I think is the missing energy of the church, is the church only deals with one dimension of our being, which is our soul.
Right.
So Black Christians are the most out of shape, have the highest blood pressure, have the most amount of heart attacks, have the most anxiety, have the greatest sleep disorder, have the greatest amount of depression, but we saved. We speaking in tongues. The only exercise is when we running laps during the praise break.
And they be tied in.
Yes. So how can the church be better conduits of a holistic, healthy life?
Take the limit off of God. Don't put him in this box where he only works right here. Open your mind. Drop the limiting beliefs. Like, God gonna heal me.
He is.
When he died on the cross, he said, you're healed. So it's done already. You have to align yourself with what the promise was, what he said. I am healed. He gave us everything we needed on this earth to make sure that we stayed healed. And if you choose to say, I'm gonna just eat, I'm gonna eat these pork rinds and I'm gonna make me some bacon every morning. I mean, bacon was the hardest thing for me to give up. Coca-Cola was the hardest thing for me to give up.
That
Jesus
bacon
Christ,
is
ain't it good?
with fat on the ends.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't want it crispy all the way through.
Yeah. Yep. So, I mean, I'm sorry. So, yes, I think if we started to really become aware that it's killing us, because I think before I even started doing the blood type thing, I just noticed that I was breaking out everywhere. And I promise you, I was like, well, let me go get some Neutrogena. Let me see what's happening with the skincare line, maybe because all the girls are doing it. I need an esthetician. And then I met your vitamin lady, and she was like, stop eating corn, stop drinking mangoes, stop doing this, stop. And once I stopped doing it, and tomatoes was the biggest thing. That's what was breaking me out. Wow. The little white seeds in tomatoes get in your intestines, and they cause different types of things to pop off. And
I never knew that.
So spaghetti, I had to give it up.
Wow.
I can only eat the green tomatoes.
Just so our takeaways, you have to eat your diet that matches your blood type.
Yes.
When the overwhelming majority of our people don't know their blood type, don't give blood or get their blood checked.
Right.
Because for some reason since 1984, checking your blood is attached to HIV. So anything related to it, Black people are not going to do it. So we got to find our blood type. Then you have to find what is the diet that lines up to that blood type. Regulate your sleep and your diet to make sure your diet is reflective of that. And overarching all of that is the power of prayer. I'm now a soul clinician.
Amen.
I'm going to be in your practice.
Jesus Christ. Ain't he good?
We're partners. You don't make cookies anymore?
I don't.
Okay. Thank you all for hanging out with us.
Even if I did. I don't.
Since that day, since that hour, you shut the bakery down.
Well, I met the pastor and God said, stop it.
I need that recorded. Thank you. Thank y'all for hanging out with us on Let's Be Clear. It is the soul clinician who is aiming for our community, our people, and our congregations to be in divine alignment. I ask that you will take it to heart because, as the doctor said, we want you to live a long time. I'm grateful you hung out with us on today. Thank you for a chance meeting in Barnes & Noble all the way to where it is that we are today.
Thank you. We're moving forward.
Yes, we're moving. Forgetting those things which are
behind us. We're moving forward.
Make sure that you're following us on YouTube, the Jamal Bryant Podcast. Let's be clear, and tell all of your friends that used to eat cookies, used to eat chicken, that this is the podcast for them.